Well, a good Wednesday to you. The Mariners held a players-only team meeting yesterday. They are struggling. The discussion most assuredly about riding the ship and making a push to the playoffs. Well, Tampa Bay still came out on top 6-5 in a game that saw Dom Canzone and manager Dan Wilson ejected in the third inning, as well as a home run barrage by the Mariners in the fourth. In the end, it would be another road loss for Seattle.
His first in 2016, his second the following year. Yeah, they're starting to hear it now from inside the dugout. Well, somebody just got tossed. Here comes Dan. Somebody got thrown out of this game. And I don't think it was Dan.
Oh, it's well down the dugout. I don't know his name, but that guy.
And now Dan just got tossed. With Lou watching, no less.
I mean, for old time's sake, you ought to pick up a base or throw something out onto the field. Kick a hat.
This is drilled to right field. Number 51 comes in Tampa. Mariners are on the board. Another home run for Cal Raleigh. Mariners within a run now. Julio, a high, towering fly ball, and this game is tied. Back-to-back jacks. Cal Raleigh and now Julio.
We've been talking about what a good pitch that cutter is for Rasmussen, how hard it is to lift that ball and to get it up in the air. No problem right there for Julio Rodriguez as he goes back-to-back with Cal. Balls in right field like Rivas's. They went.
How about a third home run? Jorge Polanco. It is up onto the pavilion. Where did that ball go? The Mariners have taken the lead. 3 home runs in the fourth inning.
There's a shot high and deep to left, and that baby is gone. Home run off the bat of Junior Caminero. And just like that, this game is tied, and for Caminero, that is number 40. Ball jumped off his bat. Gives the Rays some life here.
Tough spot here. Infield in.
And Gray sends a high fly ball back into center field. Rodriguez will make the catch. Tag at third. Josh Lowe will score standing up. Mangum goes over to third, and the Rays take a 4-3 lead.
They'll take that gamble and give up the run.
Fly ball to center field. Mangum is there to make the catch. Gino on his way home, and Cole Young has tied this game.
Again. And a base hit. That's past Suarez. Simpson scores. Yandy's going to go to third. They're going to wave him around. He's headed to the plate, going to beat the throw. He scores standing up. Caminero winds up at second, and the Rays grab a 6-4 lead.
This is laced out to right field, and the catch made by Lowe. Polanco on his way home. He sprints across the plate, and the Mariners are within a run. That ball was tagged, and unfortunately did not find more of the gap. It's a one-run game.
2 outs, 2 on, 2-2 pitch. Swung on and popped up left side. That's Caminero making the call, and he's got it, and the Rays win it.
Manager Dan Wilson talks about the flat start for Bryan Woo, the home runs, and his ejection.
Woo, not the start, early in the game that he wanted, but, really continued to try to find it. And I thought, was able to get where he was in a much better spot and much more in control of the game and battled through it, did a great job. And offensively, the home runs were big to get us up ahead. And, again, coming back late, trying to get back in that game and trying to tie it up there in the ninth. Some really good at-bats, some really good battle there, and just came up a little bit short again tonight. And we've got to get it turned around and quickly. Yeah, I mean, I think it was he had ejected Dom already, I think, and I was just going back out there to find out what was going on and how he could have known that it was someone in particular that was, because there were a lot of us that were screaming and That's just you get out there and you can't argue balls and strikes, and that's just how it went. A loss is a loss. It's frustrating one way or the other, but our guys, like I said, the effort they put forward tonight, we're heading in the right direction, and just got to continue on this path.
Seattle wraps up the 3-game series with the Rays today. That's on Root Sports Northwest. They'll have a day off tomorrow before beginning a weekend series at Atlanta. The only good news for Seattle was that Houston and Texas also lost yesterday. The Astros fell at home to the Yankees 7-1, while the Rangers dropped a 5-3 decision at Arizona. Angels tripped Kansas City 5-1, while the Athletics fell to the Cardinals by a final of 2-1. Red Sox beat Cleveland 11-7 to remain tied with the Yankees for the top AL wildcard spot. Seattle remains a game and a half in front of Texas. Cashmere will begin a new prep football season this Friday at home against Wapato. Coach Bryan Bremer is back for his 8th season at the helm with the Bulldogs, and coming off a semifinal run in the State 1A tournament last year, he says he has most of last year's 10-2 team coming back.
We have some really good players, man. We returned 4 first-team All-State players. And we return a quarterback that's broken pretty much every record in our books, a receiver that's done the same, and then you have a guy that had 15 D1 offers that's playing left tackle and defensive end for you. So it's been a fun training camp for the reason of this is we have some coaches always say every position's up for grabs. We're going to compete every position. That's not true. I'm going to be honest, it's not true. When you have a quarterback that has thrown 73 touchdowns and 10 interceptions in 2 years.
You're the dude.
He's the guy.
Yeah.
He's the guy. When you have a left tackle that's got 15 offers that has the work ethic that Prin does, he's the guy. I mean, I'm sorry, there's not going to be anything better around here than that.
But there's responsibility that comes with that, though,
100%.
right?
But with that, we have certain positions that are open competitions. All the way through camp, going to week 1, we have a lot of DBs in this team that can play. Our week 1 game against Wapato, you're probably going to see 12 defensive backs at the field in good minutes. I'm not just talking about the end of the game. I'm talking about good minutes, first quarter minutes, and snaps, where I've never had that before.
You can watch my entire interview with Coach on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. You'll find that on our website. Go to full episodes when you get there. Cashmere and Wapato will kick off Friday nights at Bulldog Stadium starting at 7 o'clock. NCWLIFE Channel will be at Lee Bofto Field at the Apple Bowl Friday for Wenatchee's first game of the season against Lake City, Idaho. Grant Olson and Brandon Harley will have the call with the pregame beginning at 6:30. We'll be back at the Apple Bowl on Saturday for Eastmont's inaugural game of the 2025 campaign against Bonnie Lake. I'll be joined by Grant with the call. Our pregame gets underway at 12:30, kickoff at 1 o'clock. Rest of the Big Nine schedule begins Thursday night with Moses Lake at Oak Harbor, while Davis plays at Rogers of Spokane. Other Friday night games find West Valley hosting North Creek, Skylines at Sunnyside, and Eisenhower will host Battleground. Ephrata will visit Prosser for their first game Friday night, while Quincy's at Sela. Othello hosts Ellensburg. Grandview's at Toppenish. East Valley is hosting Pendleton in a non-league game. Chelan's at home on Friday at 6 o'clock against Jenkins Chewelah. Omak hosts Okanagan in the backyard brawl at 7 o'clock. Cascade will visit Liberty Bell. B-League play on Friday. Bridgeport plays at Mabton, while Lake Roosevelt's in Colfax. Manson hosts Cleellum. Brewster entertains Reardon. On Saturday, Waterville-Mansfield visits Pomeroy, while Entiat hosts LaConner. Those games kick off at 1 o'clock. That's a look at sports news. I'm Eric Granstrom. Have a happy Wednesday.